Hey, Justin Giddings here, the Kickstarter guy, and I'm happy to welcome you to the fourth and final video in our little mini series within a series. I'm doing 30 crowdfunding training videos in 30 days, and this is, like I said, a little series within it where I talk about how to instantly upgrade your marketing and your outreach. So there's an A.P.P.S for that, A.P.P.S, and previous videos have talked about the A, authenticity, P, personalization, P, passion, and then S is specificity. Specificity, yay. Okay, so here's the cool thing about specificity. It's really the result of being authentic, passionate, and personal. So you can kind of reverse engineer your again, comments, emails, posts, like whatever you're applying this to, by seeing if it is authentic, passionate, and personal. Because if it is, it's hard to be unspecific in that. If I'm authentically, passionately, and personally talking about something related to my project, just by the very nature of me being those things, it's likely that I'm not going to be vague and general and unspecific. So again, like I said, you can always reverse engineer. So if your post feels unspecific, the fix is probably making it more authentic, passionate, or personal. Additionally, you can always just add detail to your post. So instead of saying something like, hey, we're almost at 10K, saying, hey, we're $249 away from 10K. That little shift takes it out of kind of vague, things are going great, into like, here's to a concrete reality that your potential backers are going to appreciate. It gives them something to do. I know that sounds silly, but when one's timeline is just a wash of vague and generalized information, it kind of gets lost in the crowd, you could say, right? Lost in the noise. And so when you have specific numbers and specific pieces to this, and again, that authenticity, passion, personalization is kind of shining through, it breaks up the monotony of their timeline, the monotony of most people's crowdfunding posts, and it's something that they can make a decision about. Being $249 away from 10K, there's a number in your audience's head. That's a real thing that you earn to get to that point, and that you're trying to get to the next point from which you're trying to get to the next point. Whereas we're almost at 10K is just kind of like, woo, right? And it has that energy, which is fine, but it's not so specific that people can start to actually visualize what it is that you're talking about and excited about and authentic about and passionate about and personal about. Specificity is the hallmark of creative expression. I went to a conservatory for acting, but I've talked to a lot of, obviously my filmmaker clients and that kind of stuff. This is, I think, a built-in instinct in good creative artists, and it's something that, at least for me, and I know a lot of actors, we get that note a lot, like, hey, be more specific, have a stronger point of view and opinion. This is something writers hear a lot, right? Have that stronger point of view. Instead of, I'll use a writing thing. Instead of him just being killed, how was he killed? With what was he killed? Give us the detail of that, right? So I think specificity is something you've probably already got an instinct for, but you've maybe never done. Some people, particularly when it comes to crowdfunding and social media, haven't really applied that in a sort of an intellectual way. So that's kind of how to help you do that. Go look at your authenticity, your passion, your personalization. If it's there, then you're probably good for your specificity. If it feels unspecific in general, though, you might need to reverse engineer. I've said that like 5 times now. Okay, so I just kind of want to give an example of how you can be like hyper specific and what that does for you, just in an artistry point, right? Quentin Tarantino, Wes Anderson, Steven Spielberg even, right? Like, he's got a specific voice and style of point of view. J.J. Abrams, like, whether you're an auteur or a more blockbustery type of filmmaker, or you're some version in between, the way these people get to this like pinnacle of their career is at some point they define themselves in a specific way. They defined their voice in a specific way, these kind of celebrity directors. So if it works in terms of your artistic expression, then, and you're an artist and a creative person, bring that into your social media, your outreach. The whole point of apps in general is so that we get away from the type of content that is monotonous and boring and repetitive and sort of weirdly then comes off as entitled and beggy, and like you're passing the hat, and we're actually talking about the project in a authentic, passionate, personal, specific way that elicits a response from your potential backers and audience. They may ignore it, percentage wise, that's most everybody is going to, a huge percentage of people are going to simply ignore it. But this is one of the major ways that you avoid burning bridges and annoying people in your world, because it's kind of hard to complain with content that is fresh and new and novel and has a voice and a point of view. It may not be your jam, but you're unlikely to be like, hey, I got this, I saw this post, you're posting so much. Very rarely does that happen in my world for clients. Very, very rarely. And I think a huge part of, and frankly, when it does, it's often because their messaging and their content is missing that authenticity, that passion, that personalization, and that specificity. So I hope this helps upgrade your content in a simple way without getting into like hyper specific things about structure. When should you have a call to action? How should you construct each post? And I'm happy to get into that if you want. But I think generally speaking, since a lot of my clients come to me and feel like I don't really know how to use social media as a tool, at best it's something I do to like mess around with my friends and family, or and in a lot of cases I just don't do it at all. I'm not on there because it's toxic, and yeah, all that's true. If you're going to use it as a tool, though, this is how you can use it as a tool, again, without getting into the hyper, specifics of how everything needs to be constructed. Authenticity, passion, personalization, specificity will take you a very, very long way when it comes to defining your voice and promoting the artistry and the craftsmanship of the work that you're doing. Cool? So I hope this helps. Stay tuned for the next video. I have no idea what it's going to be, so I'm going to record it right now. I was sick for a few days, so I missed a couple videos and I'm catching up. So you'll see the same shirt, but it'll be a totally new topic, and I'm going to go get into my group right now, see if anybody's been posting there where they need help, or like I said before, I've got topics I can definitely cover. So stay tuned. There's another video coming today, and sorry for being late for a couple days, and thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.